Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, dumped me but stayed signed into your Netflix, did you? Evil ex tried to outrun bills. We chose where we got married out of sheer pettiness. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Dumped me but stayed signed into your Netflix, did you? So my GF dumped me a few years back after cheating and I'm completely over it. Anyway, like I said, I'm over it, so I thought that now was the best time to carry out my revenge. Because I'm over it. So I noticed that she left her Netflix logged in on my laptop and Google has remembered the password. I have had my own since, but it always asks which account I'm going to log into and pre-populates her password, etc. So about last month I just logged into it, I don't know why, but just was kind of half interested in what she had been watching. I saw that she had been watching Breaking Bad and was on S2E3 and just logged out and didn't think much of it. Until 3 a.m. I woke up and had devised the most devious plan. I logged back into her account and just started letting it play right from where she had left off. Left it a couple of hours, then turned it off. So next time she logged in, it would have skipped a few episodes and the point as to where she was. I then started putting shows on I know she doesn't like, so it comes up on her recommended and really *CKs up the algorithm. I just can't wait till she starts getting suggestions based on shows she doesn't like. It would be a real shame if her and her new BF fell out and started accusing the other of watching BB when the other wasn't there, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm over it and not bitter anyway, so all good. Hope all goes well for her when she accuses her BF of watching Paw Patrol. Evil ex tried to outrun bills. A little over 30 years back, I was just out of an abusive relationship. I was 20, he was a decade older, and he was a human leech. He lived off me, and occasionally my parents, for a year. When I finally told him to go away, he broke into my apartment, threw me into a wall, and tried to take my cat. He was truly vile. Shortly after I was shed of him, I took a job as a receptionist with a bill collector agency. This was when computers were first beginning to be used. I was told there were boxes of bills in the back that hadn't been entered, as they had gone into collection before the computers were installed. They weren't so old as to be uncollectible, but they weren't the priority. Knowing what a deadbeat he was, I used a lunch hour one day to take a look. Sure enough, he had more than $10,000 total in bills from a dozen different businesses. So I entered them all into the computer with his current contact information, including the jobs he was working where he was being paid under the table. I assigned it to the agency's most aggressive collector. He even let me listen in on the first call he made to the guy. It was immensely satisfying. And even better a few months later when the ex left town to go live with his sister. We chose where we got married out of sheer pettiness. My partner lost her new job last month unexpectedly, completely out of the blue, for absolute bullshit*T reasons, but that's a whole other story. She's been looking for a new job, but there was no way she would be able to find one in time to avoid a lapse in health insurance, which isn't really an option for us. In order to get her on my insurance, we decided to just go ahead and tie the knot. We've already been in the process of planning our wedding next fall for quite some time. One of the first things we did was pick a venue. At first we had our hearts set on the local botanical gardens, aka Venue A. We spent a lot of time there and even had a membership for a year before our finances dissolved into chaos. But when we reached out to them, we discovered that their prices and policies are insane. The venue itself has a large rental fee, which we expected and planned for, but then they nickel and dime you with a bunch of other mandatory charges. You have to use their vendors, everything is per guest, and they have a 125 guest minimum. We don't even know that many people, let alone that many we would want at our wedding. All told, it was going to be upward of $10,000 for their most basic packages, and on top of all that, they and their vendors couldn't even promise me a meal I could eat. I'm violently allergic to gluten, and so is most of my family. So naturally, that was out of the question, and we picked a different place, Venue B Local Arboretum, with much more reasonable costs/policies, extremely helpful staff, and options for food allergies. We still plan to have our real wedding there next fall and couldn't be happier with our choice. But when we were deciding where to have our little marriage ceremony this week, with just our closest friends, I had an idea. It was only 6 of us, so I had everyone buy a regular general admission ticket to Venue A. We went in, found a little secluded corner, and held our tiny ceremony there without all the *T charges. We then pranced around the venue taking lots of cute pictures together to celebrate our marriage, all for the low price of general admission. And because I'm extra petty, whenever we do have the financial leeway to become members again, we're going to instead sign up for membership with Venue B. They're both part of the National Reciprocation Program, so membership at one grants entry at the other, and we've decided that Venue B deserves our money more. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.